Hi. Um, so I should have started a lot earlier, and the reason I didn't is because I kind of procrastinated on making dinner. So that's too bad. Um, I probably won't be able to stream until like around this time tomorrow as well because I have work. But um, I think on Monday I'll be completely free. So I might try streaming like all day. That would be fun. It's kind of sad because like I got off work um, earlier today and I was just so tired. I basically didn't do anything all day. I was planning on like working on a VTuber or like a PNG tuber, but I didn't even do that. Uh, so yeah, that's definitely like something I want to get done at some point in the future. Oh, actually, I forgot to test. Let's put on some music too. I forgot to test the chat widget. Does it work? Okay, it does. I added Animal Crossing sound effects. It's a bit loud. Hello, I just got recommended this stream and I just listened. I hope you're doing all right now. Um, Thank you. Welcome to the stream. We're just getting started, so oh my gosh, why does it always resize the Clip Studio Paint window? It's not supposed to do that. Okay. I think it's because it's unlocked. I just locked it, so. Another thing I wanted to do today is work on this world map a little bit. Because, like, as you can see, I already made a few changes to it. I kind of changed the position of this and shortened this, and then scaled down these two islands, and this one, and this one. So I think it's a lot more like proportional now to like the scale that I want everything to be at. But I do want to like redraw this whole area. We can do like we can treat this as basically like a little warm-up before we get started on the comic itself. And this whole coastline can be completely different. I really don't like that. I think like having this jet out a lot more would be cool. So let's see. I want there to be like kind of like a big open field here. I know I want like this to be just a wide open area, and there's going to be like this sunken swamp with a hill and a tower, and then also probably some other smaller towers, and it's just going to be like covered in fog. But yeah, I don't know like what shape I really want to make this. Hi, awesome art. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream. And this isn't related to, this isn't really connected to this whole like swamp area that I want to make, but another thing, like I just randomly had this idea, like so much of this world map is just ocean, you know? Like, it's basically just like unused space. And like, I want to design more environments for this world, even though I might not use all of them. Just because I want to give it like a sense of it being an actual place that people live. So what I want to do is I want to have like a network of these highway overpass things that I've been drawing. Like in this chapter, we have them take this journey along this highway overpass that leads to this factory. We're just gonna have a ton more of these going all over the ocean, and then we can have like a whole like network of like land masses. I don't know, just like something about the idea of having like bridges that go over the ocean is so cool to me, because like that's like basically like not feasible in the real world, at least like right now. Because it would just take so many resources to do. But since this is in the future, we can do whatever. So actually, wait. Before I even... Let's just focus on making the swamp first, but before I even do that, I want to sort of copy and paste this arc. And then like mirror it down here. Let's see, like that, yeah. Deselect, get rid of this. And then go down to this. And I can just move the factory up here. Okay. Actually, no. Okay, like I kind of want to like make it bigger so it's more of like a figure 8 sort of shape. What is this? Let's just merge everything to make it simpler. Move you out of the way. And expand. So something like that could work. Oh. That's still not like perfect, but it's better. Let's get like a basic idea for this. We have it sort of here. And then I want it to be consistent with the topography of this. Somehow. Maybe we can have these be sort of connected like that. I feel like this side needs to be rounder maybe, and then this can be like a whole like archipelago. That'd be cool. Round it out. Ooh, yeah, I like this. Yeah, cool. But then now that this is here, it kind of makes me want to like add some more stuff down here so that it feels more balanced. Or like around this area. I don't know. Yeah, this is already looking way better. So just like smack dab in the middle, we have our hill, a little mysterious structure on it. And then, well, this would actually be way smaller. Let's consider the scale that we're looking at here. We're working with here. So this is like a whole factory. It'd probably be about that size. And then I do want to add like a bunch of like lakes scattered throughout this. Ooh, maybe this could be like this used to be a river, but it dried up. And this too. That way this could be sort of like surrounded by little pools of water on either side. And then we can put like islands to make it feel a bit more natural. Yeah, these still look awkward. I'm gonna have to like redo these, but it's a good start for like the general idea that I'm going for. This whole thing could be like surrounded by tiny islands. I want this to work. Maybe I could just like make these into rivers, because I don't see why not. It would actually be cool to have the characters encounter a river at some point, because I don't think they actually have. Well, actually, there was that one point where they went over the bridge, and there was the robot on the bridge, you know? But Yumi has nightmares? Wow, thank you. I feel like this is really bad though. Like we're not even working on the good shit. Like, I really don't know how to draw maps and stuff, but I wanted to do this, so. Okay. That looks pretty chill. We can add the whole like network of bridges and stuff later, but the last thing that I want to include is sort of like a gulf right here. Yeah, I had this idea like earlier today, and I was like, yeah, that would look cool. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Yeah, also, it goes without saying, this whole section needs to be redone, because it looks really bad. But... Okay, let's move on. I feel like that is decent enough progress on that, but let me open the script, see what we have to do. So for those who don't know, this is all for my webcomic. There's a link in the description if you want to read it. It's basically like a post-apocalyptic adventure fantasy type vibe. I don't know. I need to make just like a standalone YouTube video that like describes what the story is about, because like that's getting to be an issue. Hi, welcome to the stream. Okay. Let's see. So a lot of this isn't going to make sense because the dialogue is not going to be added until the very end, but I'm just going to start laying out the panels for this new page. I'm going to be splitting up this line of dialogue into 2 panels. Make this one smaller. Okay, so for this, I think I'm just going to duplicate this and then flip it. Something that I do pretty often. Because I don't want to have 2 panels on top of each other that are the same width, because then it just starts to feel like a grid, and it doesn't read as easily. And then this last panel can just be either a shot of them running, or another shot of the crater, or maybe both somehow. I don't know how that would be possible, but let's see. You've wanted to make your own webcomic? I say just go ahead and do it. Like, procrastinating and just endlessly planning it out can actually hinder you, because then you might not ever make anything. So I think like the sooner you start, the better off you'll be. Another thing I'm gonna do before I go any further is do the rule of Z, since this reads left to right. We basically want to consider like the way the eye is going to flow down the page, and it's going to be somewhat like this. So we have all these little points of interest, and this is where we can place either text or images. So if we look here, the last thing that we see on this page is an image, not a speech bubble. So well, actually, I've said this before, like sometimes it doesn't matter. I think when you're starting over on a completely new page, you don't really have to think about keeping a balance as much. But let's just say we want text to be here, then we would put image here, and then text here, image here, and then text. You can just lower the opacity on this. And now we can start to think about how we actually want the composition to be for the panels. This might take some more time. You really want to, but you're bad at art. So the thing is, like, you can actually improve really fast if you just stick at it and do it every day. Like I will show you. I started this like less than 6 months ago. I will show you what the art looked like on chapter 1 versus the latest chapter. Final chapter 1. So here's the first ever page that I made of this comic. And then The last fully rendered page I actually made is like a full page spread, so I'm gonna actually do this. I feel like this is a more accurate comparison. So, as you can see, quality has gone up by a lot. Like, what is this chin? Anyway. How do I want to do this? This is actually kind of a small panel, so... You improved a lot? Thank you. I think this could just be like a shot of her head, maybe. And I know, like, for this panel, I want to have her, like, clenching her fist in anger. But that's, like... That doesn't feel very natural. That feels kind of, like, performative. Like... I feel like maybe if she was looking down, that would help a bit. Her hand is like right here. No, that's still not the right vibe. You've just got to make the characters in the storyline. Yeah, that can definitely be tricky. Like, I know for this story, like, the characters are actually probably like the weakest part. Like, they're not very developed, and they just don't really have as much to them beyond like a few character traits. So that's something that I definitely need to work on going forward. But I feel like it's not going to stop me from creating a cool story. And I'm mainly using this as like a learning experience so that I can make better stuff going forward. Because I've never really done like a full comic before this. So... could do something like this. The other problem is you lose motivation after the first panel. Yeah, it can be really tricky to like build up a habit of doing art consistently. I don't really know what to say. Like, I don't have any super helpful advice other than just, I guess, like, force yourself to do it until it becomes easier. Because for me now, like, I've been drawing daily for such a long time at this point, that I don't really have to like force myself to do it, and I just genuinely want to do it because it's addicting, to be honest. And it's partly because like I just really want to tell this story. So if you have a story that you're like really passionate about, then that definitely helps. And that's another good thing. Like, doing a webcomic gives you, like, you're never going to run out of like ideas for stuff to draw, because if you already have a story, then you're just going to be drawing the scenes from the story. Yeah. I'm going to look up reference poses for like fist clench in anger. In front of face. Like, okay. These stock photos are not very inspiring. Dang. All right. Uh. Ooh, I think something interesting that I could try is maybe like this. The hand from this perspective. Uh. And then just like shrink it down. No, I want it to be like at a different angle. That still doesn't look right. I also know I want her to be like looking to the side. And have an expression somewhat like that. You use Pinterest? Yeah, I've used that before. It's helpful sometimes. There's this really cool website that I found that's like I think I have it bookmarked. Um Hold on. Yeah, I have it saved somewhere. Tools. Yeah, okay, it's called Character Design References Visual Library. That's like basically the most helpful website for like references for like basically anything. Wait, I should probably follow my own advice and start using it for this hand that I'm going to be drawing. Let's see. So if we're going with this, then I would want like the arm to be right here. That's kind of exaggerated, but like I don't know. Like, is this really the vibe that we want to go for? Like, if someone was just naturally doing this, they wouldn't have their hand held up in front of their face. So I think I should just zoom it out. Even though I do want to make the expression like a focal point. Okay. So ooh, wait. I just had a way better idea. Okay. What if she had like one hand like flat like this, and then the other one was a fist, like she's like slamming her fist into her hand. Something like this. But also that feels like I don't know, I might want to go with something more exaggerated. I should probably be using the pencil for this too because I need to get more detailed. So let's just try drawing like a stick figure. Ooh, wait, maybe an arms crossed. I don't even know if that's how that's supposed to look. And then also that makes me want to change the expression too. Hmm. No, that's definitely not right. Hmm. I think I should just start from the first panel because I'm getting ahead of myself. But the thing is, like, this is just like so small. Like, I'm either gonna have to draw the character really, really small, or I'm gonna have to do just like a shot from the side, which I feel like I've been doing way too much. So I want to mix it up. What are you drawing? Like a tablet or a computer type thing? I'm drawing on a computer using a Wacom tablet. Uh, the kind with a screen on it, so it's basically like a monitor. Uh, yeah. Okay. Actually, I think a better way to go about this is we could focus on the expression in this first panel, and then we could zoom out on the next one. So it's kind of like switching the order of how I had originally wanted it to be. But... So we kind of go from this panel here where her eyes are like more wide to one where her eyes are narrowed. Yeah. Like that. Perfect. That's something like that for the mouth. Actually, I don't want to have the teeth poking out a bit. Tried that a while back and I thought it looked pretty good. Actually, never mind now. It does not really fit here. I think it's because of this. Yeah. Okay. And obviously I'm gonna have to shrink this down even more, but... Okay, but no, because I want to have the teeth here, but I feel like when I add them, it's like this mouth shape kind of throws the whole thing off. Okay, I think it was like making it like really boxy like that. I think that's what was messing it up. Because her teeth are made up of like diagonal lines. So like having a more rectangular mouth would maybe work better if the teeth were also rectangular, but they're not. I think that's what's going on there. Anyway, that looks slightly better. What are we drawing? This is my webcomic. There is a link in the description if you want to read the 11 chapters that I've finished so far. And there's going to be 25 chapters total in the first part of the story. And then there's going to be a whole part 2 that I still have to write. So... Okay. That... Let's shrink this down now. Shrink it down now. And then something that I've started doing recently that I kind of like is like having this little hair spike that she has like sort of like droop down along with her emotions. Like I didn't really do it here, but there are some other pages that I did it and thought it looks good. Okay. It's these lower spikes that are the hardest for me to draw. Like getting like the points to look pleasing is difficult. Because like you can either make them sort of like chunky or you can do a more like flowing and curved thing. But like she doesn't have curly hair, so it feels kind of out of place. I don't know. Okay. That's that. I do want to make this a bit wider. Okay. Just erase these. And then maybe add like some sort of like contour or detail lines to the hair so that we can potentially shade it later on. Oh. I do want these to be like separate. Like I don't want this line to go like that. Now these are looking kind of awkward, so I'm gonna redo them. I don't like the way they like split like that. Let's see, how did I draw this before? Okay. So this is, the thing about this is, I think it's supposed to be a diagonal. It's supposed to, yeah, it's not supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like that. I feel like we should add ears. Ears. Nice. Honestly though, now I'm looking at this and I feel like the eyes need to be more narrowed. Because this really isn't communicating like the level of frustration that I want it to communicate. And then what if we had the eyes sort of like looking up more? That's better. The nose has to be redone. Much better. Yes. That adds so much to it. But now it weirdly looks like she's like smiling. Why did that happen? Okay. Is the head shape okay? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's draw the rest of the body first before we whip it and fix it. And then also I want to make sure that like there's a line here indicating that the hair goes down. Actually, okay. This is making me realize something. Like I just now connected the dots. I think I understand how I need to draw this character's hair when we're looking at her from behind. And I hadn't understood how to do that before. I want to see if I can find an example of it. Is it this page? Yeah. So here, actually, I didn't even draw the spikes. Usually I draw the spikes going out like this, but here they're being blocked by the scarf, so you can't even see them. So I basically just need to include a section in the middle that goes straight in. Oh my gosh, I figured it out. Because like I don't even know what I was doing before. Like before it was like this. It was like so bad. Like but now I'm realizing like if I just split it into separate forms, it makes so much more sense. And the hair would kind of go like that. And then scarf. Yeah, okay. That is so much better than what I was doing before. I'm so glad I figured that out. If I can just figure out how to do that for this side. Okay. Shrink this down even further. Well, actually, this isn't. She's not gonna be saying like a ton of words here, so the speech bubble could be pretty small. Let me consult the script again. Hold on a second. All right. So yeah, she literally says 2 words, which I just realized that makes this a lot easier. So first, what I want to do, I want to make this as accurate as possible to the amount of space that we're going to get in the final comic. Hold on, what? Another thing is you can't draw hands. Yeah, hands are very tricky. I still struggle with them, so. But I feel like, I don't know, if you just break everything down into like simpler forms, it can help. Like for the hand, just look at your own hand. You've got like this part on one side, you've got the thumb, the base of the thumb on the other side, and then you just make like a box connecting them. And then there's wrinkles, basically contour lines. Make a webcomic about squids. The thing is, I want to make a video game about squids, and once I finish this webcomic, uh, I'm going to make a video game about squids. Which actually, back during the pandemic, I actually tried doing game development, and I, you know, sort of made a game about squids, but it wasn't finished, so I would like to finish that someday. And maybe I can show that on another stream and show off my game projects that I made. So I feel like this would be a good place to be. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And she's like pretty much fully centered in the panel, so. Got the sword hilt. And last thing we need is the speech bubble. So, got fur. This was totally her doing. I'm really happy with this line of dialogue because it's like her doing like that's such like a medieval fantasy way of talking, but then also like the totally like that feels like much more modern. So I really like the juxtaposition of that. Like, it's just funny to me. And he's like, "Who's that?" And then another knight. And this is good because it's like a cliffhanger. Kind of entices you to turn the page to figure out who this character is. Okay, moving on. Actually, wait. These eyes do look a little bit strange. Wait. It's fine. So let's try this again. Like maybe something like this. Ooh, this is much better. Instantly. I like this so much more. And then if we can have the other arm go back like this. Yes, perfect. This is the exact vibe that I had in mind. Actually, maybe this needs a bit of adjustment. Let's flip it. Deselect. If it's something like anatomy, like we really want to make sure that we have that completely squared away before we start adding detail. With the face, I can be a bit more careless because it's more simple than the full body. I'm trying to do this pose myself, and it actually does look kind of awkward. I think the arm needs to be extended out further. I think that is the issue. Then the hand needs to be fixed. Ooh, wait. If I just change this to be more like that. No. No, 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 no. What is wrong with this? Okay, yeah. It's just the specific angle that this hand needs to be at is very confusing for me. Hmm. This is actually making me want to try this. This actually might make it a bit easier. Ooh, I love that when yeah, when like the back of the hand is like completely flat. I just feel like these maybe need to be rotated a bit. Yes. Um, and then if we can kind of exaggerate the angle of this other arm. Okay, no, 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 no. Start over. Start over with no arms. Oh, actually, okay. Let's try just like a view like this, where it's just like straight on. Crank it down. And then wait, like, part of me wants to just make her be like a silhouette and have her have like the scary eyes like this. But I don't know if that's too much. Um, yeah, this is super tricky to get right. Um, no. The hands themselves need to be rotated. Ooh, okay. I keep on like completely changing what I want this to be. Let's try one where her hands are just like low down like this. I feel like that's actually the most realistic pose for someone to make in a situation like this. Like, I don't know. I just had an idea of my head in my head of someone going like this and having their fists like super close up to their face. It's like that is pushing it a bit too far. Yeah, she looks like she's gonna go Super Saiyan. I don't know why that took so long, but I'm glad that I didn't just rush it and go for like the very first pose that I had in mind. It's very worth it to take your time. And these hands are good too. This might need to be a bit smaller. Okay. Deselect, and then let's just make sure that these are the same size. Wow. That's crazy. Like, I was like layering them on top of each other, and they were like so like similar to each other. Even though like symmetry is usually like really challenging for me. It's awesome that I can just like naturally create stuff that's symmetrical. Usually I have to use a ruler for that. So I feel like these elbows jut out a bit too much. Like they... that's actually fixable. Or is it? Or is it? Oh man. If I can just fix this lower sleeve. Okay, no, that's actually... It was actually better before. I need to like start training myself to just like accept mistakes. Because it is starting to take me so much longer to complete pages and finish sentences. These eyes are way too close together. I think this face is actually just squished. Let's be wider. Deselect. Okay, ooh, that looks really awesome. Like, having this one spike be almost, like, curled up, like, going backwards, like, further back in space. It's really nice. Also, I randomly... Whoa! Did we get a sub? William Afton's #1... not gonna say that word. Thank you for subscribing. I randomly just wanted her hair to be like blowing in the wind. Or maybe because like her arms are moving, that could cause her hair to be jostled. Eh. No, yeah, I like that. This pretty simple. Wait. What's... Hello? Oh, there it is. Okay. Hello and nighty night or good morning / good afternoon, wherever you are. First off, welcome to the stream, and thank you for wishing me good night. It's currently 11:41. So yeah, thank you, and likewise to you. Nice. You forgot that was your display name? So let's think about this spike. If she's angry, what if it gets like curled or something? No, never mind. I don't like that. Also, this is kind of like her shark fin, because like she's based off of a shark. You couldn't tell. Like this would be the fin. These would be like the flippers, even though there's 4 of them. And she has like shark teeth. So. How do we do this? Okay, her eyes are actually kind of far apart. I think it's because I made the face super wide. Also, let's just move these up. That's better. So I think for this, I want her to be staring straight ahead at him, because it's like she's trying to like get his attention and like make him realize the severity of this situation. But also like her eyes are too big. By that I meant like her irises or whatever. I'm gonna have to fix them now. This is like a really like cartoony expression for such a detailed pose. Okay, that is better. Awesome. The only thing I think I need to do is make the head bigger. Cool. Actually, wait. Let's flip it. No! No! That's so bad. Mm. Ooh, actually, I really like that. I'm just gonna copy and paste this. Copy, paste. Can we get that to look good? Yeah. Obviously, that doesn't match, but I'm gonna let it slide. Hello? Make this more even. Uh, hmm. Hello? Music? Oh. I kind of want to redo the mouth now. That's not it. Yeah, I want like the top line to be curved. Damn. Actually, no, that still looks okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay, sword. And then we're basically done. Okay. Add to the wrists some more. Cool. Give myself a little bit of extra space up here. Because I was very sloppy when I drew this. Okay. Maybe scale her up just a bit more. So we've got our image as our second focal point. The background is going to be really simple for this because they're inside this factory. So it's basically just going to be like a basic wall like this. If I can just add some contour lines a little bit. Okay. That's fine. Speech bubble time. So basically, I just want it to line up with this line right here, this line of attention that we have. And then my favorite thing to do with this character is have the speech bubble come out from like this intersection, because then we have this weird like negative space that gets formed. It's pretty appealing. Speech bubble. Whoa. Nen, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the channel. Let's see, what does she say here? Rob the font 5.2. So basically, to explain real quick, this story takes place in like a dystopian, like post-apocalyptic future, and people are like turning into demons called Gaunts, and this character is like a knight that basically hunts down the Vaunts for money. Basically, you can think of it as like, it's like gig work, but you work for the government. So essentially, like, just like a really advanced, like, futuristic, like Uber. There will be an Uber app in the future for when people get corrupted and turned into demons. That's basically the situation, and the two main characters are currently on a quest to find this Vaunt hive, because that's the contract that they were assigned. So yeah. What do I want to do for this next panel, though? So the first thing that I know is the speech bubble is going to go right here. So let's design this entire panel around that. So in this panel, I want him to have sort of like a scared smile on his face. How can I make this interesting? I think maybe if we have the camera be sort of like below him and then also at an angle, so this would be like a 3/4 view from the, like, looking up. His face could be like this perspective. Which might be kind of tricky. Scale this down. Yeah, gotta have his arms like further back. His head actually feels like too small in comparison. Okay, I know it's supposed to be somewhat foreshortened, somewhat in perspective, but that actually feels too extreme. And also, like, this is not how I draw his chin. You started reading the webcomic, it's really good. Thanks. Glad you enjoy it. So this is going to be some more practice with noses, I guess. That's something I definitely do not understand, especially not in like a manga or anime style, because for the longest time I just did not draw noses at all. Okay, this is already very promising. I'm gonna erase this, make this a bit steeper. Want him to have cheekbones like that. Okay. Is music playing right now? Okay, good. Good. So let me just get the ear and then we can move on to the rest of the body. Because I want to get that in place before I move on. Or move on to detailing the rest of the face, I should say. I think earlobes are specifically really challenging for me. I don't know why. Okay, I lied. Let's actually do the rest of the head. Good. He's definitely gonna need to be even smaller because the way things are going, his hair is gonna be like clipping into the border of the frame, and I just really hate how that looks. So neck. These shoulders are far too broad. Far too broad. Okay, I'm actually really not used to like drawing like realistic proportions for this character because like usually he's just like a stick figure basically. It's actually like really awkward. I like him better as a stick figure. Let's just try some straight lines like that. These shoulders look really bad. I definitely need to practice that more. He is going to be wearing a backpack, so that's going to affect things. Move this out a bit. Oh wow, the YouTube algo must be listening in on me. I've been getting into drawing. You're a beginner of beginners. Don't say that! Keep going. Never give up. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Okay. So I feel like this shoulder is good enough, and like that's in perspective, but this one definitely still has issues. Thanks, haha. You are welcome. Ooh, actually, okay. Let's just think about like the diagonal here. The diagonal that exists. I want the other shoulder to follow that diagonal. Now, I was pondering this before I drew this line right here. I was like, it actually looks kind of aesthetic when he's just missing a shoulder. So like, what if we actually push this back a little bit and have it go back here so that it's obscured by the torso? That would probably mean we would have to redraw this thing. Okay. Now I think this arm is looking a bit too small. And the torso is looking a bit too big. So maybe if we just scoot this entire thing over by like 5 pixels. Now the issue is like this looks way too pinched. So let's grab the other arm specifically and move it out again. Okay, this is starting to look more correct. Let's see how this would actually line up. Okay. Whatever. It looks okay to me. We haven't even flipped this yet. Dear God. Dear God. Okay. I want the chin to be pointier. The neck to be thinner. Okay. No need to make this hyper realistic. To actually make the nose like way more minimalistic, that would help, I think. Okay, no. I want his eyes to be open wider. He needs to be like way more fake enthusiastic about this. Another thing I was considering is like maybe we could just have his eyes closed. So if I can't get this to look right, that's going to be the next thing I try. That would look completely different, obviously. So I feel like the perspective on this is accurate. Like, it's a good enough length, but the angle just needs to be consistent. Okay. I like this eyelid. How can we replicate this? Ooh, very cool. Love that. I love it. I like the smile too, but I feel like this line needs to account for the other cheek, and the way this line ends isn't really doing us any favors right now. Yeah, it needs to have like a slight bend in it. Slight bend in it. This is obviously like way too big, but it's a good start. You can have the cheek. The cheek. Like that. So for this, I actually want like the apex of this curve to line up with the nose. Oh. Hello? What did I miss? I worked on the world map a little bit at the beginning, and then we have these 3 panels done on a new page. So, yeah. I was gonna say, the thing about this nose is, like, I feel like having it curve outward like this and making it overall, like, softer is pretty appealing. But then it doesn't look as good when you try to connect it to the mouth. Like, let me try drawing. Like, if it went down like this, I feel like a line sort of like indicating the upper lip would work a lot better. And actually, I kind of do like that better than the nose that we previously had. So disregard everything I just said. But like, this is cool. Like, I should revisit this at some point. This eyebrow could work. Oh wait. Hold on though. Hold on. Gotta make sure this. That's too much. Okay. Getting very detailed with this. Go back to the mouth. I can just fix this. I think maybe having like a sharper curve here. Sharper angle, I mean. Okay, let's try working on the teeth. This ended up being like super fucking detailed. Like, look at the previous. Okay, actually, that's not a good example, but like, he looks very different in these 2 panels. I think it's the nose that's really changing everything. Oh wow. Actually, okay, so I want the nostril to be aesthetically pleasing no matter what. And having this line removed makes this look bad, so I want to like move this over, because like here there's not a line for the nose and this still looks good, at least to me. So I want it to make sense both ways, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see if we can get this to still look decent. Actually, let's just move the entire structure of the nose. Kind of random, but what's the music that's playing right now? I really like it. It is, so the artist's name is Telepath, and then Telepath in Japanese. Let me see if I can just send a link in chat. I might have banned that from being possible. But if this works, I'll just send you the song in chat. Does that work? Okay. I'm still working on the playlist that I'm gonna use for the stream, but once it's done, I'll probably just have a bot command that just sends a link for that for anyone that wants to know in the future. So did I actually move this? Did I actually move this? Okay, that actually looks way better. That looks so much better. That still looks really creepy. Just drew 10 face sketches while watching this. Rough, but we out here. Hell yeah. That's the way to do it. Iterative drawing. I think maybe like part of the reason this isn't working is because I usually draw the nostrils as like these little comma things. Yeah, like they usually have like little hooks to them. But yeah, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why I'm focusing on this so much because like the point of this is that he's going to have a line for his nose anyway. But I'm just starting to become quite a perfectionist about this. Okay, perfect. No, not that, not that. Lip. It's so weird. Like I'm completely. This is like a whole different art style, but honestly, I'm here for it because it looks good. But I'm probably gonna look back on this in like a while and be like, oh, I made so many mistakes. That actually does look very creepy. I think he needs eyebrows and hair. Okay, that's actually really funny. That is a very funny expression. Which doesn't diminish the impact of it at all, I think. Like, yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is actually the trickiest part. Trying to get both of the eyes in perspective. Okay. Are the eyes at the same height? I don't want him to have a lazy eye. Let's see. Let's analyze this. Oh, not a circle. Not a circle. We need a straight line. And we need to be within. I got this. This. Are these like roughly parallel? That's probably fine. That's probably fine. The mouth. Okay, I actually don't know if I want to draw a line here. Because it's going to be all like foreshortened. And it's maybe not going to look the best. But I do wanna start giving him like sharp canines sometimes. But like more subtle. A little bit more subtle. Like just like nubs. Hmm. Okay. Gums for the teeth. Damn. Awesome. I said I was gonna resize this. Honestly, I don't know if I need to anymore. Like, looks fine. Okay. Maybe let's maybe rotate this just a bit. Yeah, so if we can get this line here to sort of run parallel with that, that's really good. This could also probably stand to be a bit more subtle. And then maybe a lower lip line to top it all off. We do have to consider the perspective. Which means like this middle line of the face is going to stick out the most, so that's probably where we should start this line. We still have not flipped this. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so horrible. I can already tell. Got the ear. No idea what I'm doing with the ear. We still have to do the hair. Stand to clean this a bit. How would this look actually? Yeah, okay. I like that better. I'm really starting to scare myself with like how many of these panels have just turned into like eldritch cosmic horror monstrosities of detail and endless complexity, because this is just not feasible. Okay. That's insanely better. Insanely better. Actually, almost forgot. Gotta shade his nose. That is looking really good though. It actually is starting to sort of like fit with the previous style a bit more now. It doesn't feel as out of place. It's something I just realized. How is his head rotation going to affect this? Because maybe if we have him like at an angle a bit, it could heighten the emotion. Something like that. This needs to be redone. Okay, his torso feels like giant now. Oh man, okay. We're going back to the beginning because the song is amazing. Okay. Shadow. What else could I add to this eye? That's cool too. We don't really need that. Okay. Let's just add the hair and then we can. Oh, I just realized something really funny. So obviously like his hair covers up like half of his face. So that was completely unnecessary, but look at that though. Like that's still like a good drawing. I'm so proud. Okay. And it usually covers up his ear too. Jeez. I definitely want the nose to still stick out here though. Let's leave his eyebrow uncovered. And then, like, we're gonna need this because so much of his face is getting cut off that we might need this extra line to sort of communicate the expression more fully. I love this. I feel like this could be used as like a reaction image or something. Actually, like a lot of panels that I've done could, or at least I hope they will be. Okay, get this spike out. This is about the point where I feel like I need to resize this. Okay, that looks really awkward. I need to like redraw the rest of his skull. He has a tiny skull. That does not look right. Okay, good enough. Gonna help. Ooh. Okay. But I feel like this would need to jet out a bit more. Release that. How does that look now? We do like one spike here, would that help? Because right now it just feels like way too like even and like clean. I feel like his hair is like a lot more unruly usually. Like another one going down here. I think also maybe having it go down on the other side would a bit. Okay, maybe we can keep that one and then get rid of this one. And then just like move it down further. Yeah, I think that's what I was missing. Because now it's kind of got like this energy to it, like all these lines are radiating outward from really his eye. That's like almost like the focal point of this. Dude. Okay. So this is sad. This is sad. Because now he doesn't look really scared anymore. He looks like deranged and evil. Like he looks like he's doing like a maniacal, like evil villain type deal. We need to add sweat drops or something. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. More switches. And then we could also probably have him shaking. If we really want to go crazy. Ooh. I like that. That's weird though. Get rid of this. Oh, not that. That was very important. That was hours and hours of work. Sorry, you just said add? Add? Asterisk? Was there supposed to be another message? I don't understand what you mean by that. Okay, this needs to be bigger, I think. And I still haven't even flipped it, oh my gosh. Why is that the last thing I do? Deselect. Hold on. Add some lines around the iris. Ooh, yeah. Definitely. Having it be tilted down, I think, works a lot better. But now it's like... I think it's too far forward. Or something. No, it's the neck. The neck just needs to be drawn at a different angle. Okay, now let's try the lines around the iris. Oh my gosh. So that's a really small detail. I don't know how well this is gonna show up on a page. Let me try redoing that. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Thanks for the tip. Okay, now the torso is feeling kind of awkward. How can we fix this? Oh, this needs to be resized now. Because of course it does. Can I have this be at a slightly higher angle? Because I want it to match and have them both kind of be more symmetrical to each other. Okay, just a little bit more tweaking to the proportions and then I'll be done, I swear. That's definitely an improvement. And then does this need to be shrunken down again? Okay. I feel like I should just, like, stop messing with it, because, jeez. Jeez. Like, that is fine. That is perfectly fine. Do you want to consider the background, though? From this angle, we're actually going to have, some diagonals. Which would be really nice if we could have them follow this line of attention that we've established somewhat. I don't know if the perspective is going to allow for that, though. Yeah, that doesn't really line up, but whatever. Honestly, at that point, like, I don't even know if it's worth it even. No, because I have to, include this parameter. Otherwise, it's gonna completely break the quote-unquote immersion. That's something that I really wish I didn't do in the earlier chapters. Like, I would just leave the backgrounds completely blank. I didn't put the requisite effort into them. Yeah, this is actually kind of annoying because we have the text bubble right next to it, so it's gonna get covered up anyway. Actually, this is such a big crater, it could probably just be something like this type deal. Like it goes floor to ceiling. Which, you know, actually, now that I'm looking at this actually does create sort of an interesting composition because we have these implied lines that are coming out from his spikes. And then we're going to have this actual set of lines that's going to come out this way. And this is actually directly on the focal point. So that actually worked out. That was not intentional at all. I just got lucky. Okay. I think after I finish this panel, I'm going to end the stream. but I will be live streaming tomorrow, so it's probably going to be pretty late at night, but yeah. All right. Wait, how did I do this? Oh, actually, oh man, never mind. So the actual impact thing is like at the intersection of the floor and the wall. So never mind. It actually isn't. Wait though, because like look at this. Look at this line. And if we follow it to its logical conclusion, it sort of aligns with these lines going out here. That's quite something. All right. Here we go. Should be pretty simple because I've drawn this a few times now. Just sort of make it look like a spider web. Leave some variation. Make some variation. I don't know what I'm saying. And then for the outside part, just ooh. So let's actually not put a line here because this would create a tangent. That would be bad. Okay. And we'll also have them going out this way, and then this is going to be covered, so... This also needs to be at a steeper angle because this is the ceiling. But how much is this? How much of this is actually going to be visible in the frame? Not very much. Okay. Is there anything else I did? I guess I sort of rounded the corners a bit. Helps a bit. And then obviously this is going to be like covered with blood too, because this is where Avant got killed. For this part, can just make some geometric patterns. Try to make them all different. Okay. Wait, did I even flip this? Oh my gosh. How embarrassing. Okay. It actually looks perfectly fine. Flipped. Yeah, like that is completely acceptable to me. Sure. Awesome. I guess like the time that I spent setting that all up paid off. Okay. Anyway, new layer for the blood. Just exploding out from here. The blood like really highlights kind of like the comedy of the situation, because it's like it's showing how strong this character is, and it's like we're maybe gonna run into her. Well, we are. Spoiler alert. But one more. Actually, leaving this area blank puts more focus on the character, so I should probably leave it like that. That's actually really cool. The blood looks like it's like exploding out around the speech bubble. Very cool. Very cool. I like it. To make this easier, I'm just gonna get like a white paintbrush. Like, one of these. And oh no. Outline it. That's good enough. That's good enough for me. Let's make this an actual appealing shape. And this is going to be more of a vertical panel because this one, the line of attention is just like a straight line, so we want it to be horizontal. Actually, it would probably be best if this was like more circular. Why can I not talk? But this is still fine. What does he even say? What does he even say, bro? I forgot. Okay. And in the script, I just have him saying this with like a period at the end, but I think this is something that I've also like noticed previously. Like the way I draw something will be really different and will add a lot more character than it has when I'm writing it. This looks really cool. I like the way I did it. You better hurry up. Then, yeah, he needs those exclamation points because, like, otherwise it just doesn't work. Like, the mismatch in tone is just so blatant. Like, he needs to be like really forcing it, like extremely fake enthusiasm. Okay, very happy with how this page is turning out. Thank you to everyone that showed up. I will be back tomorrow night, probably.